All right, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another Shark News episode. As today is probably going to be, or at least this video may or may not be new to a lot of you, or it may be new to some of you. I don't even know, because a lot of times I get comments on my channel of people saying when is so and so happening. Then there's other comments that I get saying we already knew about this. So I'm trying to find a balance here for those that are kind of who rely on the channel for some type of news or updates, but I thought I'd do a little quick brief rundown in regards to this GI Joe classified Arctic assault HISS tank. So what I ended up doing was I was kind of bored and I decided to go back to the MCM London panel just to kind of brush up on some things and just check to see like if there's anything I miss, whatever Emily was talking about. Because when you watch those panels for the MCM London, like it's very, very fast paced. Like the information just comes flying at you. She quickly goes to the slides, and then you're already on the next topic. Or you have to like go back and forth a few times to kind of get an idea of like when these things are happening. But with that being said, I went to a couple of videos on the MCM London, and I'll post the links in the description below for those who want to watch it because it was not broadcast live, I think. Um, the Arctic Assault HISS tank, we all know, is going to be a made-to-order vehicle, which is basically same scale as the HasLab, slight modifications in the sense of some new attachments, but some reuse of certain other vehicle aspects onto this particular vehicle. You can see there's like a mixing and matching of some tiers from the HasLab onto here already. So you can see it's really like I don't want to say it's not a kit bash per se, but it's like it's inspired by the 2009 version, which a lot of you have corrected me on, so thank you so much for that. So you can see a lot of similarities from this one and the 2009 version. But with that being said, what Emily said in the panel, she said that there will be more information and updates in regards to this Arctic Assault HISS tank later in the year. Now, the MCM London just happened roughly about maybe 10 days ago, a week and a half ago, roughly a week. So that was October, right? So we are now in the early few days of November, and with her saying that there's going to be more information and updates for this particular vehicle by the end of the year, or which means that we should get an update for this hopefully in the following weeks or perhaps December. Now, this does not indicate that this will automatically go up for order, because she did say that you'll have a 30-day window, et cetera, and then it's then your card gets charged afterwards. So it's not technically like a HasLab, but it's a made to order. So if you guys know that concept, then it shouldn't be too hard, because you have 30 days. You have basically, I suppose, unlimited quantities for you to order, in the sense of how many of these that you want. We still don't know the price of it just yet, but once the 30-day window closes, then your cards will be charged, so we're going into that. So the thing that I find interesting, and I want to ask you guys as the subscribers to the channel, just to see where everyone's mindset is, with only there being 2 months, roughly, well, November and December until the year ends. We know that GI Joe Day will be in February, so we got some time. So do you think that the following updates for this Arctic Assault, that they will make it to order in December to kind of hit that last financial crunches of the year, in the sense of, that they have those fourth quarter sales where they have to make an abundance of money to show, investors and stocks like, hey, our company is thriving? Or do you think that they're going to wait all the way up until February, because that's when GI Joe Day is, and then of course that they're heavily marketing the the Arctic snow team, because with Iceberg coming out sometime in 2026. So, and we know that the Arc and the Snowcat is coming out next year, around next summerish fall, with Arctic, Flint, Lady J, and Frostbite. So that's the thing I'm kind of confused or wanting to see from where your perspectives are, because I feel like with 30-day window, I don't assume that we're going to get this thing up for order anytime this month, because we're already in November 3rd, which means to do 30 days, they should have started it November 1st, right? So that could have made it more ideal. So chances are, if they want to do a December order date window from December 1st all the way up to December 31st, then it could be a possibility, or we could just get a very minor update with some new graphics in regards to the, this Arctic assault, as long as, and on top of that, the new figure that's coming out with it. And we could possibly have enough time to save up money, you know, depending how much it is and how many of you collectors who want this to have this within, let's say, GI Joe Day in February. Because again, do keep in mind that despite this being the same exact size as the original HasLab Hisstank, it does remove a lot of the tiers and other accessories. But again, you're mixing and matching a lot of things, like the treads that you see here, the covers that you see for the treads, and then the turrets that you see right in the front, underneath the lights. So, and then the red canopy. So you can see there's a lot of mixing and matching here, which is pretty interesting. But one of the big takeaways here, and this is from Paternia, I'll have the link in the description below. He did share an image of this, the Arctic Driver, and we've seen that it does use the Snow Serpent body with the HasLab driver head sculpt in white. So again, this pays homage to the 2009 version, so nothing too crazy here. But personally, I would have expected them to do just a little bit of a newer mold. Not to say like the Snow Serpent body is bad. I just think that utilizing the exact mold for it is kind of a cop-out. I feel like they should have at least gave us some type of a brand new mold, just to show us like the incentive of getting a new made-to-order thing would have been a little bit more ideal. But again, it's accurate to the source material, so nothing too crazy there. But other than that, because Emily did say that we're going to have more updates later in the year, which basically means sometime within this month of November or December. Otherwise, unless unless it wasn't accurate and we're not getting anything at all, then I'll probably delete this video and we can disregard it later. But for now, just by watching the MCM panel, which I'll have the links in the description below, we should get some type of update for this hopefully soon. I don't think we'll have anything during the holidays, obviously during Thanksgiving or Christmas, and of course not New Year's, but hopefully we should get some type of update in regards to this. So with that being said, let me know in the comments below, do you think or what do you think the price point will be for this? Because a lot of collectors are sharing their thoughts, whether it's going to be too high or too less. And again, you have to put in calculations of the Hisstank price with all its tiers and all the accessories, and then you have to look at the price of this thing and see what you're getting. And like in the sense of, are you paying the same price of this as the HasLab, or it's going to be a lot cheaper than the HasLab because you're only getting one figure, or are they going to pull off a Hasbro and make it the exact same price as the Hisstank? I mean, anything is game at this point, but I'm sure we'll have more videos to talk about this in the future. So with that being said, I just wanted to do a small little update on this just for those who are completely unaware of what's happening. So like I said, we should hopefully get an update, and these are the words from Emily from the MCM London, so I'm not saying this out of my own mouth. Oh, you know what I mean. Otherwise, let's see if she holds her word to it, and otherwise I'll definitely have more videos about this in the future. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode.